these numbers are very, very, very useful, because not only for the census, but for the subsequent surveys, which are going to be conducted by different various departments. They are going to use these GIS numbers in order to use as a sampling frame. A sampling frame is the entire list of all the population to be sampled. And these numbers are so important that if they are left there, when you do your sampling and a number falls within that sample, it becomes easier to identify that location. So it is very, very important that the population know that these numbers are important and should be left to stay at the gates.
Thank you. Mr. Sani, numbers, figures are very important in research because it helps, to plan, as far as the economy is concerned and stuff like that. How do you think this Gambia Demographic and Health Survey would help GBOS and the government of the Gambia?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Njai, and I want to welcome every Gambian to this show. We're trying to at least sensitize all Gambians about the exercise that we want to undertake. This is the first time Gambia is going into this exercise, and it's very vital. Mr. Njai, I would want to tell you, that first of all, before I go further, I would want to, first of all, congratulate and thank the government of this country for making sure that this particular exercise happens because of the importance of this particular exercise. Therefore, it was made to make sure this 2013, whatever comes rain or comes sunshine, let this thing happen. So we want to first of all congratulate the government for that. And we are not forgetting the UN family. The UN family also did a very wonderful assistance in order for us to, conduct this exercise together with the Global Fund that also did some funding. Notwithstanding, the US Embassy also helped us very well because they are the one who paid for the technical assistance of the macro. Now, for the importance of this exercise, Mr. Njai, I would want to tell you that it cannot be the importance cannot be overemphasized. One, we found out that there are a lot of problems in indicators for various sectors. We have problems. Some sectors don't have the baseline of certain indicators, and those that have baseline for certain indicators, you found out that their indicators are they are far back. You quote in 2001, you quote in 1999 indicators. When we are in 2012 or 2013, we're now in 2013. You find out that certain indicators, like for our maternal mortality, it will be interesting to know that the maternal mortality figure that we are quoting, which is 730 per 100,000 live birth, is the 2001 figure. Do you understand? So this particular exercise is very timely. It's very timely. At the same time, it's very important. And like my colleague has said, the MDGs are just at the corner. And the page also, you can recall, the page is 2012, 2015, which means that this particular exercise is very timely. And it's going to give us all the indicators that we need. Our development indicators are all going to be measured. Do you understand? Which are going to be very current, at the same time reliable. Do you understand? So the importance cannot be overemphasized. Therefore, we are calling on every Gambian to participate. Please give us whatever we ask from you. You find out that, like I said the other time, the questions that we have are so sensitive and they are personal. We are not going into people's personality. We are not going into people's personality, but we want to make sure that the indicators or the data that we want to collect is correct and is reliable. Do you understand? Because it's going to help us in planning. It's going to also help us in decision making. Do you understand? So therefore, the issue of testing blood, there are a lot of stigma attached to blood. When you talk of blood, there are a lot of stigma. People are fearful of taking their blood. Do you understand? But we want to assure them that let them not be afraid of anything. The people who are even taking their sample does not know who it belongs to, and we are not also interested to know who their status are. Do you understand? Because we found that the HIV prevalence that we do quote are the central survey results, and this one is the first time that now we're going to do a nationwide prevalence study. Do you understand? So we want all Gambians to volunteer and let them at least give us time to take their blood sample and test them. We're not going to know the results, neither they themselves are going to know the results. Yeah. If anybody who is interested.
Yeah, I think I was also coming to that, and I would want to give the floor to Mr. Pamomudi J, who is the Principal Laboratory Technologist at the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare. Now, when this blood is taken from volunteers, how is the process going to be like? Is it going to be disclosed to them after the test has been done, or is it going to be unknown to them?
Thank you, Mr. Njai, and good evening, viewers. Regarding blood sample collection, we collect 3 blood samples. We will collect blood for anemia. That will do the test on the spot and give the results to the subject. So if you are anemic, you can do something about it. We'll refer you to the nearest health center where they'll investigate you and they'll give you treatment. We'll collect blood for malaria. And when we collect blood for malaria, we'll do the test on the spot. And if you have malaria, we will refer you to the nearest health center. We have referral slips which will be issued to subjects so that when they go to the nearest health center, they will be taken care of. Then we will also collect blood for HIV. I think the HIV is the critical one because that's the one that people are really not too sure whether they should do blood tests for HIV because most people don't want to know their results.
Exactly.
But what we want to assure people here is that the blood collected will be actually given a number, and that number cannot be traced back to the subject. And when the blood is collected, it is taken to the main lab at Kotu where these samples are tested. So neither the person collecting the blood, nor the person transporting it, nor the person doing the test would know where this blood comes from.
I think that's a very important point to note. Viewers, you reminded that this is a live phone-in program, and you can call and express your comments and also ask questions as far as this topic is concerned, because the survey is starting tomorrow, 2nd of February 2013, and it's going to be a nationwide survey. You can call the following numbers on your screens. You have 4375-905, 4375-905 for local calls, 00220-4373-910 for international lines. So you can call and chip in the program. Yes, sir.
Yes, as I was saying, none of the people involved in collecting and processing the blood would know who that sample belongs to. And the results are not going to go back to the subject. So if somebody is interested in knowing your HIV status, we also have forms that we give you to go to the nearest VCT center, and then there they will cancel you, because in testing for HIV in this country there is a process. You are supposed to be pre-test cancelled, then when you are tested you are post-test cancelled before you are given your result. And this survey is not out to do that. The survey is just checking for the prevalence of HIV in our communities so that government can plan.
We have a caller on the line. Hello, caller.
Hello.
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 Hello, caller.
Man la nay dégga.
Waaw, ñu ngi la dégga. Welcome.
Waaw, dama bëgg a participer ci seen programme bi.
Jërëjëf.
Maa ngi dëkk Taline Adama Diallo.
Aha.
Waaw, seen survey bi maa ngi laajte because am na yeneen parents su ñëwee di collect blood nii.
Waaw.
Dañoo wax ne waaw gaay seen xale yi sa ko yu ndaw yi duñ nangu pour gaay ñu jël blood bi si gaay. So yéen loo leen wax si loolu.
Jërëjëf. Dégg nañ sa laajte, inshallah nañ la tontu. Mr. Sane, I think you could comment.
Yeah. I think we want to please appeal to all parents, that especially the parents or the caretakers of the children that we may be interested to take their samples, blood from them. One thing you have to understand is that when these kids are tested, they're going to know their anemia status. Whether they are anemic or not, we will know. And also we're going to test them for malaria. If any person is tested positive for malaria, we're going to refer you to the nearest health facility for you to seek treatment. If you are anemic, equally, depending on your hemoglobin level, then we advise you. If at all you do not actually need treatment, but you need advice at least to take up certain food stuff that could increase your blood level, we advise you. Do you understand? So I think we appealing to all parents and all caregivers that when we come for testing, especially the children category of the people that we're going to test, let them please volunteer and give their children so that we take their samples and test them, please.
Okay. Pamo do fana mun nga ko dimbale si laajte boobu noonu.
Adama Diallo la de tudd.
Adama, yeah.
Adama,